Now, this was an interesting episode. This was a real interesting episode. This was, man, whew. But welcome, YouTube world and YouTube tribe. Welcome back to LilBigMan Gaming, bringing you another review for What If. This time, What If episode 6. What if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark? Now, as you can tell from the title, a part of this movie takes place. A part of this episode takes place in during the events of the first Iron Man movie. But yeah, you know what? Let me give you a synopsis, like I always do. An American soldier called Killmonger rescues Tony Stark when his Humvee is attacked in Afghanistan. Now, we know from the history of the MCU that Killmonger is actually in the actual movies around the time of Iron Man 1. Killmonger would have been in Afghanistan doing his thing. So we know that from the basically all the MCU, and especially in the Black Panther movie itself. We know that during the time of Iron Man 1, Killmonger was there. So this is an event that could possibly take place. So that's how it works so well. So this episode combines the events of Iron Man 1 with the events of Black Panther, the first Black Panther movie. So basically Black Panther 1 and Iron Man 1, it happens at the same time instead of later on in the MCU timeline. And basically, the change here is, in like what says in the title, the change in this episode that makes this different from the normal reality of the MCU is that when everything goes exactly how it went in the movie, in the first Iron Man movie, except when the missile drops in front of Tony Stark, Killmonger grabs the missile and throws it, and it blows up in a safer distance instead of blowing up on Tony Stark and getting him the shrapnel. And the Watcher, who tells you to come and join him on the journey of what if. He basically tells you that because of these events, because Killmonger just basically stopped the bomb from blowing up on Tony never gets captured by the 10 rings. He never gets the shrapnel in his heart, which inspires him to create the arc reactor, allowing him to basically make the prototype version or the caveman version of the Iron Man suit. And they said, he was basically telling us that certain tragedies and certain events is what shape people into be heroes. And because Killmonger saved Tony Stark never becomes a hero because he never goes through the tragedy of being captured and stuff like that. So we do get returning people. We get Happy Hogan. We get Hogan back. We get I don't think that was actually Gwyneth Paltrow who voiced Pepper Potts, but I could be wrong. It didn't sound like her. Obviously, it wasn't Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, but we did get Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger, Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa. I forgot the guy's name that plays his father, that plays T'Challa's father, but he also returned to voice his character. I don't think the girl who plays Shuri, with the woman who plays Shuri, the actress, I don't think she came back. I could be wrong about that one too. But yeah, we get a glimpse of glimpses of the fact that thanks to Killmonger's actions, we might never get the iconic scene in the Avengers where Iron Man is coming down and is going around the circle showing everybody. You see Black Widow cocking her, getting her gun ready, which was like totally useless because you're fighting aliens and stuff. What was that going to do? But anyway, but yeah, you see, they Watcher basically explain thanks to all that we don't get that. And then we get to the press conference of Iron Man 1 where it would have been like the returning when Tony returned, he had the press conference and stuff. But instead of him being injured and having the art reactor in his chest and doing all that type of stuff, he was basically, because of the experience. We even got the reporter, the girl from Iron Man 1. I think that was the actual woman who played her in the movie. Return to voice her. She basically asked, "Did this change you? Did this change your way? Basically how it changed him in the movie." But you find out that because he never experienced that, it didn't change him. It didn't change him like it changed Tony in the movie. He was instead of wanting to destroy. Instead of being moved and being hurt by the fact that his weapons was the things used to kill the good American soldiers, it did change him in that aspect a little bit. But instead of wanting him to destroy it, he wanted to make better weapons to help protect them. And this is where Killmonger comes in. Killmonger becomes like his chief of security, which would have that was supposed to go to Happy, but now it went to Killmonger. You got Pepper suspecting him and stuff, and this it leads to like investigation, mystery, intrigue. Is Killmonger's friendship with Tony, did it change him to where he didn't want to be Killmonger anymore? The Killmonger we see in Black Panther, or was he still the Killmonger of Black Panther the whole time and playing angle? That's one of the good things about this episode, is that you don't know for sure, because at different points it make you feel like he's changed. Then at other points it's like, wait a minute, he's kind of acting weird. But your question do get answered. This episode has a lot of interesting things, a lot of deaths of people that didn't happen in the actual timeline. We a lot of backstabbing, a lot of deaths. We seen we do get to go to Wakanda, and I love that anytime they go to Wakanda, they use the instruments and music from the movies. You see Killmonger basically doing what he does, and maybe, just maybe, carrying out a plan. We do get to run into Ulysses Claw again, and just like in the movie, it's the same thing that happened. Some things just like for the first Black Panther movie happened. Because this is where it transitions more to the Black Panther side of the stuff, and that's the Tony. But then certain things happen. Tony is made aware of certain things, and a battle ensues that leads to a lot of death. Man, this episode was good. I want to say the ending was intriguing as well, because it led to a certain event that it might still play out the same way it played out in Black Panther. But all in all, this was a perfect 10 big ups, just because this story was perfectly well blended. It blended two movies that happened years apart from each other, and it still blended them together to make it seem like it could have, like you could actually see Iron Man 1 going this route. It happened perfectly like that. So I gave this episode a perfect 10 out of 10. I enjoyed it. There was nothing wrong with it, man. I enjoyed Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger. I love to see his reaction with Tony, his interaction, I should say, with Tony Stark and Rose and Pepper. The feeling that they couldn't trust him, Shuri not trusting him, everybody else kind of trusting him, and whether or not they pay for it, you have to go see the episode for yourself. But like I said, it's very intriguing, man. It's very intriguing. It's very good watching. I recommend everybody go watch the What If on any Disney Plus show on there, because Disney Plus is kind of cool. All the Marvel Disney Plus shows like What If, Loki, WandaVision, all that type of stuff, because I can't wait till Hawkeye come out, because that look like it's going to be good too. And I think that's supposed to be where we get the whole Black Widow end credits payoff at. I think it's supposed to happen in that. It's supposed to happen there. But yeah, that's all I got. If you enjoy this review, then hit that button right there in the upper right corner for all of my reviews. And if you really enjoy this video and you want to support the channel, then hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, become part of the family, become part of the tribe that acknowledge me. Let in the comments acknowledge me as your tribal chief, and hit the notification button. I don't know if I said that, so you get notified when I drop videos. Cause I still got 2 more videos after this and some gameplay videos. I still haven't. One of them is gonna be another State of Decay, but I don't know if the next one's gonna be either Marvel Avengers or some basketball. Might be some basketball. I'm leaning more towards basketball, but that's it. That's all I got. Yeah. So stay tuned. I got more for you. Love you guys. Peace.